My sister-in-law told me that my boys wish she was their mother and that I should do better. I think she wants my sons to be hers. I have 2 sons, 15. Because of my age, my parents took care of my boys until I was 18. I was involved and they knew I was their mother, but my mom wanted me to be a normal teen. I have a little brother. Me and I are extremely close. He married his wife, Alice, when he was 22 and I tolerate her. My sons really like Alice. She works with kids and loves them, so I wasn't surprised. The first time they met, my sons were 6 and they were always talking about her. As my sons grew, I worked often and couldn't always be with them. My parents babysat them, and once my brother got older he did too. Now, my brother and his wife babysit them while I work. The thing is, my brother has triplets, 4M, and taking care of 3 toddlers and 2 teenagers is not easy. He called me a few times saying that he's really stressed out due to his job. Yesterday, I went to their house to pick up my sons. I had planned on telling my sister-in-law that my boys are old enough to stay home alone after school and she doesn't need to have them over all the time because I understand how stressful it is. Instead, I was met with my sons begging me to let them stay the night at their house and my sister-in-law asking me to consider it. I was upset because it's been days since I got a night off and I wanted to be with my sons. I asked my sister-in-law to talk in private and told her that I'm their mother and I deserve to spend time with them too. Basically, I asked her to reschedule. She said that I could join them, but I wanted to spend time with just my boys. I said this and she said that was pretty selfish of me because the boys don't want to. This part hurts, but Alice said that my boys wish she was their mother and that I should do better instead of complaining to her about everything. I complained to her a few times before about how they prefer her, but she always reassured me that wasn't true. In retaliation, I called her selfish for forcing my brother to take care of so many kids despite the amount of stress she knew he was in. She rolled her eyes and walked away. I was about to cry, so I left. One of my sons called me a couple of times, but I went to sleep. I woke up to a text from my brother saying he adored my sons and that he never felt pressured to take care of them. Yes, his job has been a pain, but my sons and his wife don't add to the stress at all. He also said that my house is in an unsafe neighborhood while they live in a much better community, so having the boys stay home alone is irresponsible and dangerous. That just made me more upset, so I told him to F off, and he told me that I could say whatever to him but not to speak to his wife like earlier. Now, I believe I'm in the right to say what I did because my sister-in-law is acting as if I'm the worst mother despite knowing how hard I'm working. She also made things unnecessarily personal, but my brother is making it seem like I'm the asshole. So am I the a-hole for calling her selfish? Update: I can't deny that what my sister-in-law said hurt bad. It bothered me a lot. I even took a day off, which I have never done in my life, because I didn't have it in me to get up. My whole world shattered and I know now it is my fault. The morning of the 17th, after my brother dropped off my boys, they came into my room and told me they had to show me something. My boys are really musically talented and turns out they made a video of them playing a song for me. I burst into happy tears. My birthday is today actually, and they planned on showing it to me today but were aware that I was upset. Apparently my brother found out I stayed home from work and they all decided to show it to me earlier. I don't think you all understand how I feel. I've always been so insecure, and like many of you mentioned, I have always been jealous of how well Alice connected with my boys and thought I couldn't compare to her. And after what she said, I felt much worse. But I know that I have nothing to be jealous or insecure about. Yes, my boys adore my brother and his wife, but I'm their mother and they love me too. They reassured me about it and I told them that I loved them the most in the entire world, and we basically had a heart-to-heart. I even called Alice and we both apologized. She said that she was upset because one of my boys had been upset about how I wasn't at one of his recitals, and instead of making an effort to be more involved in their lives I just complained. And I admit, I always thought that working and making money for my boys was the most important thing. What if I worked overtime and missed a few concerts? It was fine. That they'll appreciate it in the long run. I know that it's wrong, and although it's a hard mindset to change, I'm planning on making a few changes to my work schedules so that I have more free time. Not now, as I'm currently saving up to get a new place in a more secure area, but in a few weeks. I told this to my sons and got their reactions. I've never felt happier. Like many of you also mentioned, I'm pretty freaking lucky. I have the most supportive and loving family and the best sons I could have ever asked for. I can only hope to be as wonderful as them. I know I sound emotional, but I've spent a lot of time with my boys these few days and I'm so overjoyed. I'm crying typing this because of how happy I am. I hope this encourages fellow parents to spend time with their kids because there is nothing quite like it.